Hi guys, it's me, Rusty78609, Central Texas, USA. This is Thursday, September the 15th, 2016. It's 11:12 a.m. and been going down the comments again like I always do. A lot of comments on there today helping the individual, the lady that's going to go solo traveling, and that's great. You guys, we got a good group. Somebody asks a question, and if somebody has some input, they post it. So, that's what life's about. You can't help somebody across the river without being there yourself, so to speak. So, anyway, I did have one comment that I wanted to expand on. But first, again, I want to thank everybody that commented to help the lady from New York, I think, and then the solo lady camper. Thumbs up to all you guys that gave us feedback, or gave her feedback. But anyway, I also had a comment related to camping in a car, and of course I go camping in a Prius. Again, for those of you that just stumbled into this, my name's Rusty. My channel is Rusty78609. I have full-time RV. This is an RV. This is my studio. I've got one 12-volt light up there, and that's why this is such crappy lighting. But I don't apologize for it because I'm too cheap to do anything about it. Again, a full-time RV for 23 years. I also go camping in a Prius. I go car camping in a Prius. Went in a 2010. Now I go in a 2013 Prius Package 2. And I've done that a lot for the past 3.5 years. And I like it because it's cheap, easy, and fun. Some people may not like it for those reasons. But anyway, the comment was, for car camping, like any car camping, what are some of the, quote, essentials? Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what the essentials are for me. And let me get this out of the way. The essentials for me are, number one, you got to have a comfortable place to sleep, okay? Because if you don't sleep well when you're camping in a car or camping in anything, the camping trip is not much fun because you don't feel worth shit. So, having said that, you got to there's all kind of ways to do this. Okay, I'm just going to show you my way. I've got playlists on my homepage for Prius camping. I've got a couple of those, and I've also got some for full-time RVing. But, just click on the playlist, go down that playlist, and it'll give you a whole list of things that you may consider essential that I may overlook. This is going to be fairly brief. It's just going to touch the high points, and this is what I do. It doesn't mean that's what you should do. It just means that these are things you might consider. All right, for a bed, you can do the camping pads that that expand and roll up real tight into a small roll. You can do those. They're real thin, and then they get to about this thick, and you can do two of them, make it that thick. They don't work for me. What I went to after my first camping trip was this right here. This is called an AeroBed, AeroBed. It's an inflatable air mattress, okay? What I like about this product is two things. Number one, it's a quality product. I think I paid like $120 for it. I don't know how much it is now, but it's, again, AeroBed, AeroBed. And this whole container here, this holds the air mattress inside here. Okay, the air mattress is rolled up, fits inside this container. But this container is also the pump. How genius. Okay, right here on the bottom, you just turn this little thing and it hooks up to your air mattress. And then this little plunger it just goes, and in just a few seconds, you've pumped up your air mattress. A caution on pumping up your air mattress before you leave. If you're going from a low elevation to a high elevation, I know I've mentioned this several times before, but I went from 1,000 feet to about 6,000 feet, in one day, and my little air mattress was tested. Okay, I mean, it was as hard as a brick when I got to my campsite at elevation 6,000 feet. So, caution on that. But again, I'll put it up close. Maybe you can read it. AeroBed, AeroBed. Really easy to do. I mean, works good. It's a good, comfortable air mattress. I really like it. So when I go camping in my car, my Prius, I sleep good. Very good, actually. as good as I sleep at home. And that makes the camping trip much more enjoyable. Okay, the next thing, to make your sleeping enjoyment good or pleasurable, you want to be sure your car is reasonably close to level, okay? You can get one of these at Walmart or somewhere, these little bubble levels where the bubble's right in the center, okay? You just set it down on a flat space in your car somewhere that you think would be a good place to see if your car is level. There's a spot, trust me, you'll find one. And just set that down there. And if it's a, quote, a half a bubble off, it's okay. What you want is your head above your feet, just a little bit if you can. So you want the bubble in a position so that the front of the car is kind of up if your head's going to be that way. So, you'll figure it out. But yeah, get you one of these bubbles. This would be another essential, okay, in my opinion. Third thing, this is what's called an organizer. And you're going to have to excuse me, TC. I'm going to have to block your face for just a second, so I apologize. But anyway, this is what's called an organizer. You can get it at Walmart. It's got pockets. It's got pockets on the front, little pockets all in the front, and at the bottom the pockets get bigger, okay? And you may or may not want to use this. I do. And it's got pockets on the back, some bigger pockets on the back on the bottom. What you can do is you can hang this around the headrest in the driver's side of the car. That's what I do. And these are Velcro, so you can kind of tie them around, and it'll hang okay. Okay, it works fine. And what can you put in there? Everything you want to, babe. You can put your cell phone charger. You can put your Kindle in there if you do have a Kindle reader, toothbrush, whatever else you're taking, and small items, chargers, phone chargers, whatever you're taking, stick them in one of those pockets. I put my little flossing thing in there for my teeth, and I put a couple of toothpicks in there. God, I don't know. I put a lot of stuff in there. Sometimes I put a little compass in there. If you take vitamins, you could stick those in there. I don't. But it really helps organize the small stuff, because what happens is when you're camping, out of sight, out of mind takes over. In other words, if you can't see it, you think you don't have it. And so you'll go get it at Walmart or somewhere, and then you realize you put it in another little package and it was hid somewhere. But this way it's all visible. You can see every little small item you've got. You put a hairbrush in there, a small mirror in there, and I do. And a jillion other things. You can be as creative as you want, because it's got more pockets than you need, because you've got pockets on the front and the back. On the back, it's just the lower half, but on the front, it's the whole thing. It costs you about $6 at Walmart. It's called an organizer. Okay, that's two things. Third thing, get you one of these little, for me, it works for me. This is just a little stainless steel cup or mug. You can get it at Walmart for like $10, and I can't remember the name of it right now. I did a demo on it, and it's not marked on here anywhere. But they make one that's like $40. Don't get it. Get this one at Walmart for $10. It's just a stainless steel mug, or whatever they call it. I can't remember. I don't even think it was a mug. It was something else. But it's got a top on it. It's non-spill, and this lid just comes right off. And what I use this for, not only for drinking my iced tea and other stuff, water, but I also use it for my breakfast. Because in the mornings, what I do when I don't cook when I'm camping. I do not cook, do not cook, do not cook. And I take an ice chest, and I put yogurt in there, nuts, berries, stuff. Sometimes a couple of avocados, a lot of light stuff that you can prepare a meal from. And I will take some canned organic beans, usually pinto beans, and a few things like that. But what I do is I'm traveling in my car, my Prius. What I'll do is, since I have to get ice for the ice chest every second or third day, that's when I stop in and get I replenish my food supply, which, bananas, apples, oranges, sometimes I'll get carrots, sometimes I get broccoli, a lot of veggie stuff. And, you can be as creative as you want to be, because those are all personal choices, you know what I mean? But, if you choose to cook, there's a lot of ways to do it. They make a 12-volt little cooker that you can plug into a cigarette outlet in your car, and they work pretty good. My son used to use one. He was a truck driver many years ago. Fortunately, he's out of that. But there's all kind of 12-volt devices for cooking. Okay, and then if you want to get into the propane type things or butane, whatever they happen to be at Walmart, there's a jillion ways to do that. I just don't choose to cook because when I go camping in my car, I want to take as few things as possible. Okay, and I've got it down to a fine art now. I mean, I got it down. I take one change of clothes, one, O-N-E, one. Why? Because you don't need all that crap. I mean, I wear the same shorts and t-shirt for a week. Okay, they don't get dirty. You're not. It's not like you're working somewhere. And if they do, you can either rinse them out at your campsite. Usually, there's water available somewhere, and you can hang them up somewhere. And then okay, and that takes care of it. So we talked about sleeping. Number one, arranging your stuff, a little bit of it anyway. Number two, what stuff to take. Limit it. One towel, one change of clothes. Take you some little washcloths or whatever you want to do. You can wet those and wipe your face. Take you a spritzer, very important. A little spritzer thing, put some water in it because that way you can spritz your face, spritz your hair and stuff, and you can just wipe off. And something I do, as far as showering, you can make that as complicated as you want to. Let me simplify it for you, what I do. Take a gallon jug of water, set it out in the sunlight for about an hour, hour and a half. The water will be warm enough, and you can take a good, complete shower with 1 gallon of water. Why? You don't need to put soap on your body, okay? Soap is shit, okay? It's got more chemicals than, I haven't put soap on my body since I came back from the U.S. Peace Corps in 1994. That's 22 years ago, or 95, 25 years ago, whatever it happens to be, a long time. And I just rinse off with warm water. That's it. That's it. And I've done it. And you get infections and shit? No. You're going to be clean. All the hairy spots are where the bacteria forms. Clean those, clean the shit out of them. Okay. And then rinse off. That's it. And you can do that with a gallon of water. You can either take the gallon and just pour it on you if you can hold it up. If not, ta-da! Fill that thing full, pour it over yourself, rub off, get you something. You can go to Walmart and get you one of those little, sometimes they have these little packages of washcloths that are like, I don't know, 10 for a couple of bucks or $3. Well, you get you 2 or 3 packages of those, and then what you can do, you don't even have to worry about keeping them. It costs you, 10, 20 cents a shower. Just throw them in the goddamn trash. You don't even have to worry about washing them. Okay? Use them once and throw them away. And if you want to get creative with some vinegar and some other stuff, and baby wipes and all that, you can do that, and you'll be perfectly clean. Your hygiene will be great. So that takes care of that. We've got through sleeping, organizing a little bit, taking away of clothes, cooking and food. The next thing you're going to have to do is poo-poo every now and then. Now, you can pee-pee in the car, okay? Get you a little gallon jug and work that out. And you can also, and as far as pooping at these state parks and national parks, Bureau of Land Management, Corps of Engineers, believe me, those little porta potty things out there are very clean and they have no odor. Rarely will you get into one that's dirty and has an odor. Rarely. I mean, very rarely. 1 out of 10 or 20 times. I mean, because I've used them a lot. Now, there are options. You can they make a little portable unit that you can take and put in your car. You can might be able to figure out a way to use that. Some of these van campers use them, and they put, you can put kitty litter in there and you can use it, and they say they have no odor. I've never used one. I've thought about it, but no. So if you're sleeping okay, you got a good place to sleep. You've got your showering okay, easy to do that. Easy. Pooping's good. Those are the basics. Okay, everything else is just extraneous. You know what I mean? What you do when you arrive at the campsite. How you entertain yourself. How do you deal with insects and all that sort of stuff. That's up to you. I do not like to use insect spray, so I rarely do. Okay, I rarely do. What I do sometimes, if I get in an area where the bugs you're going to run into that are the most irritating, in my opinion, are the no-see-ums, little microscopic like mosquitoes. They'll irritate the crap out of you. And they want to get in your hair, so get you one of those little cooking hair nets. You've seen them, people that cook food and stuff in restaurants. They just, like little hairnet looking things. You can put that over your hair. And if you're sitting outside reading a book, they won't hardly bother you at all. And you can put on a little insect spray if you want to. If I put insect spray on, I don't put it on my skin. I put it on my clothing. Wear light colored clothing. Light colored clothing does not attract insects as much as dark colored clothing. That is a scientific fact. And as far as the bug spray, bug spray your shoes, around your shoes and the bottoms of your long pants, and that'll keep the ticks off. Have I ever been bothered by ticks? No. As far as where to go camping, now that we've covered how to do it and how to, kind of enjoy it, where to go? I go in Western USA, and as far as Bureau of Land Management sites, great. Corps of Engineers, great. National parks, great. State parks, most of them are great, but if they have a lake, they're going to be crowded. People come to water. People come to water. They do. They really do. And so in the peak times, after Memorial Day in May through after Labor Day is the peak tourist season for all the parks, okay, across the whole United States. That's vacation time, USA. So they're going to be crowded. But after September the 4th, you pretty much go anywhere, and there's going to be very few people, and you will enjoy yourself. So having said all that, I hope I answered your question about some of the essentials. And but if you sleep good, I guarantee you, if you're going to spend your money on certain items, spend most of it on where you're going to sleep. Okay? Because if you sleep good, everything else pretty much can be worked out. And just remember, as you're traveling, you're not limited to what you got. There's Walmarts everywhere, and you'll pass one every day, probably, maybe two, maybe more. And so you can always run in and get something that you forgot. So don't drive yourself crazy making lists. Just adapt as you go. So anyway, having said that, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, enjoy your car camping, and be safe. Bye-bye.